He's a tactical genius, he's the one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. I'm on top, number here to you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the corner bank to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just for fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man we all shout proper. Magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. To the perfect cup, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just for fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man we all shout proper.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Well, good evening. Welcome to VP4TV. We are back for round 3 match, I think it is, in the VP4 2024 Virtual 8-Ball World Championships. It's between Coldest Pillow, who's representing Wales, and I believe Rabih, who I think has just arrived in the lobby, has the Lebanese flag. Yes, he does. So we have a race to 11 coming up in about 3 minutes' time. Now, just earlier, an hour or so earlier, we had a one-loss side match between Rosen and Viking. Viking 2-1-0, and Rosen got through that by 9 racks to 4. So he marches on. And if we look at the one-loss side, we will now see that Rosen now plays Defty 2, who got pummeled by Cobra the other day. So I don't rate Defty's chances in that match for Rosen. If we look further down, we've got balls against Spectre Dawn. That's been set. We've got Larry waiting on the loser coming across, and it'll be the loser from that match with Hazard and Albinario. Further up the bracket, we have Bedhead waiting for the winner of Hazard Albinario in round 4. And we have Cobra, who's waiting on the winner of this match tonight. And Cobra in round 4, along with Bedhead, certainly two of the strongest players still on that side of the bracket. And of course, Albinario is there for the time being. We've had the odd shock here or there, and that's not to say we might not have another one. So, Rabih is in. He's been in and out for a few hours, I think. Coldest Pillow, still nowhere to be seen. We're waiting on him arriving, and we are 1 minute away from the start. In fact, Coldest Pillow has arrived. I had the chat scrolled up, never saw him arriving. And we're just waiting on that room going up. We'll get in. They'll have the lag for the break, and it will be race to 11. I know what I could do. I could annoy anybody who hasn't turned up early enough to hear my my new rap song. Good evening to Mark.
He's the one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. Highball top number here to you and me. With his cutting moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way. Taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the corner bank to the perfect cut.
Right, both players are in the room. We've got Rabih on the right-hand side, as you'll see in a minute once this clears up. And the lag is off and running. Rabih looks to have overhit it, and Coldest Pillow has won the lag. So good evening, everybody. You didn't get a chance to hear that full song, but you will in future. And ball has gone in, or balls have gone in, but the table is not straightforward. Get that shit off, or get the shit off. I don't know whether you meant to type that, but you got the. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. So Coldest Pillow has looking as if he's electing the solids. He's had a smack to no avail. So there's the first miss of the night, straight off the bat. Rabih's given a good look round to try and get an idea where to start here. That rap was crap. Okay. So Rabih on the solids. Now, I don't know why he played that so soft, because he had to dig into that cue ball to get the cue ball away from there. Obviously, the 6 ball wasn't going to go from there with the 9 ball blocking it, so I'm surprised he didn't see the obvious there. You've got to dig right into the cue ball and screw and stun that to the left rail there to get out of there. And he's not got anything on. He's got a very thin cut in the 2. Yeah, that's a tall order. I think Coldest Pillow made the mistake with that first shot he played by trying to do damage at the wrong time. I think looking at how Rabih just played that previous shot, or not that one, the previous shot to the one that he finished with, I think Coldest Pillow should just bide his time. You don't need to push the boat out way too early. But clearly the 14 ball is the issue, that it is not really accessible where it's sitting. And Rabih sitting awkward over this 14. And well, he doesn't want to make the obvious mistake where he's just keeping potting balls and the table isn't there to be ran out. But that's a good little move. Opens up the pocket, and that changes the dynamic slightly, especially with that 14 ball still in an awkward spot for Coldest Pillow. And now Coldest Pillow again, trying to blast the balls far too hard and not getting anywhere near that 14. Well, this is going to be the last opportunity, and I don't think he needs to thump this. He just needs to try and get a bump and a bit of movement. Well, clearly the 14 doesn't go. Now, it might go in off the back of the 8 though. It might go in off the back of the 8. I think if you hit that to the rail and play to the back of the 8 ball, I think it will go in. That's definitely the shot, but the problem is the angle he's at is not helping him really. This is difficult to judge, but it'll be a good shot if he pulls it off. And it doesn't need to be thumped either. Well, he actually he got it too good. He should have hit that shorter. He might have had to hit it shorter. But as I say, the angle he was at was really troublesome. Now this is where Rabih needs to get clever as well. Well, it's left a pot, and there's no guarantee that the angle of this pot and where the cue ball wants to go is going to give Coldest Pillow a clean shot at this 8 ball. This is sort of in the lap of the gods here. He can do what he can to try and dig in if he wants and avoid a collision, but that 2 and 3 ball could be a hazard. Now I think he's okay, is he? Oh, now that is very tight, and he's going to have to tweak this a bit. He's having to tweak it a little bit with left English to try and make the hit, and this makes the shot 10 times more difficult because this spin might take or it might not. He ended up getting it too thick, and now Rabih has a chance. Now, if I was him, I'd be taking the 2 and getting out in the 3 if I can, because I mean, you could leave an angle in the 1 and come up for the 3, but that's tricky as well because you want to really be playing the 3 clean without bumping the 8 ball if you can help it. Well, I know what I'd be doing here. I'd be going inside big time. Good bit of left English. Cutting that to the rail, bringing the cue ball there, coming down and out. That's what I'd be doing. Well, he's going straight up, but he's overhit it. And that 3 ball does go if you're sitting like this looking at it. It doesn't quite go as comfortable if you're sitting there. Watch the scratch. And he's got it. Well done to Rabih. Good start for him. And, well, I say well done. He's left himself, again, a thin cut, but he's got it. So it definitely was a good start. Couldn't ask for any better than that. And that's pinched Coldest Pillow's first break. And Rabih's got a ball in the side. I think it was a stripe that's gone. 15 balls gone. You've got a stripe up above the 5. You've got the 12. You've got the 9 up there. I think it's a 12. It's probably 11. I think the 12's next to the 8 ball. Now that 12 goes in the side. The 10 ball is awkward. So the 10 ball is going to be the test. Oh, now. Well, he's got a wee bit more angle on that 12. He's looking at the 14 instead, but I'll tell you, I think he could have potted that 12, run over to the 2, and at least had a cut in the 10. He's maybe waiting for a better option, but the better option might not come. I think he might brush the 2, but if he finishes sort of there, he's going to have an awkward cut, but it's an awkward ball to start with, but he's hanging off and hanging off. We'll see how this works out. Now we know the 12 ball goes. He's overhit it, but he might overhit it far enough that he can still see the 12. And he can. I don't know whether he can see enough to actually make the pot though. I think he needs to pinch as much of this as he can. But the problem is he's got to worry about the cue ball. If he doesn't do anything, he's not going to be able to see this 10 ball. Now that's a good shot that he's got the pot. And the 10 ball will drop into the side. And he's going to, again, if he doesn't hit this, he can't hit this too hard. He's got to give it every opportunity to go in. But he's got to think about the cue ball, maybe bumping the 4 and having a slight cut in the 8 ball. Well, he's coming back off this. Yeah, that was... well, that made the shot a lot more difficult, but he didn't get the line. So, Coldest Pillows now, straight away, he's got a good table, but he's under pressure to do the business. Get the job done. Well, I've got 11 people on YouTube, not one of them saying hello. Good evening, whoever you are. Don't be scared to type. That doesn't include you, Mark. Well, I'm sure he would have liked that to run a wee bit more. He would have took the 1 there, but he should be fine. Well, that makes 2 of us. I'm the other person on Twitch at the moment. I've got Twitch on my phone. But we'll get 10 silent viewers on YouTube. So, the Coldest Pillow ends up returning the favour. He steals Rabih's break, or Rabih's rack from his break. I think that was that the 14 that went in, or was it the 10? I'm guessing it was the 14. So again, oh, so you did a flit to YouTube. Well, Coldest Pillow got a wee rub of the green there. Well, he's miscalled that. I'm sure he played it into the side. Well, I'm saying nothing. I presume he played that into the side, and it just got a little glance. So you don't have to call the fact that it hit another ball. I think it was probably clear that he was playing it into the side pocket, unless he wasn't, and obviously that's why he's decided to miscall it. Welcome to Rob. By the way, Rob, do you often lock yourself in a room and then fall asleep for like 3 days at a time? I'm sure you had a room up the other day, and you were in it, and you were in it for hours on end. I'm sure you were. So I think I came into the lobby. Oh, there's Rob in a room, and then I think a number of hours later I came in. Oh, there's Rob still in that room. Well, I see that the southern Gulf states are battening down the hatches for another blast from another hurricane. The BBC News reporter was, I can't remember where he was obviously right down in the target area. And these people, the little town he was in, he's standing in the middle of the street, and all these poor people have got all of their furniture, or what's left of it, lying out on the street. And they've come back to their houses to take what they can with them. And what's left of their houses and what's left of their contents is lying in the street from the bloody Hurricane Helene that was there last week. So these people are in dread that they're going to get battered to death again with another one. And that Hurricane Helene, I mean, how many lives is it taking? 200 odd so far. That's the ones they can account for. And this thing that in the Gulf at the moment went to a Category 5. And if it goes back across the Gulf, it'll build up momentum again. So it's going to be a beast. I mean, that's like 160 odd mile an hour sustained gusts. I mean, that just blows you down and kills you. Simple as that. You just don't want to be there. Anyway, Coldest Pillow has taken the lead. A good out. Now, unfortunately for Rabih, it was his break there. He's came up dry. Coldest Pillow's looking at what direction to go here. Again, there's issues with the 4-ball down here at the bottom. He's too straight in the 7, I think, to actually try and break that 4-ball free. And I think that's the second rack that Coldest Pillow has just played a banger and get nothing for it. Now, I think the first time he did that, he ended up losing a rack because of it. Now, Rabih has a shot in the 7 where he could certainly bump that cue ball into the 10 and 14 and free up the 4. But I think that's the least of his problems if he was looking at solids, because there's the other problem here. This 6 balls awkward to get to, which in turn makes the 5-ball awkward to get to. So there's nothing simple and straightforward here in this rack. Nothing whatsoever. So the 4-ball has been freed. Now he's on the 6. And I think if he plays this right and draws into those 2 balls, he could hold for the 5. Now you see he's missed a trick there. He's missed a trick there. And he's gone pear-shaped already. Now, there's a couple of shots that Rabih's played where he's missed the obvious opportunity. And that is the second one he's done, where he should have been trying to just nip into those 2 balls and hold the cue ball to have that cut in the 5. I think he can still cut back the 2. But he did miss an opportunity there to try to see, because it was a sort of two-way shot. If he didn't get good in the 5, he was still bound to have some sort of shot with that 4-ball into the side, or still had a shot in the 2-ball. Now, these are the sort of things you've got to look for. Well, I don't know whether that's good news or bad news, Rob. I think it's going to be. It's looking as if it's tracking to. Well, if you look at the Florida Panhandle, as they call it, it looks as if it's going west of that at the moment. But you know what hurricanes are like; they can change their path in the blink of an eye. What the forecaster's saying where it's going to go is not always where it ends up. But either way, whether it hits any of the residents like it did before, I don't think it matters much. They're still got basic wreckage that they're having to deal with. But these people that showed today, there was one guy had nipped back in his car to take some things from the house, and every single house in the street, all furniture and everything was just lying out in the street. Things that had been damaged and ruined by broken windows and heavy rain getting in and all of that stuff. It must be a nightmare living in these parts of the world. This is why, as much as we maybe moan about our weather here, I'll tell you, we couldn't be so lucky that we don't have to deal with that sort of stuff. Yes, we get wind and gales and rain, but we don't get that sort of stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, they can keep it. And of course, if it's not hurricanes you're getting in a big landmass like the USA, it's bloody tornadoes through the Midwest states and all of these places. Oh dear. You haven't got your troubles to shake when you're... It's like every day at certain times of the year is like a time bomb. It's like a ticking time bomb. You're wondering whether you're going to get hit. Although your odds in getting hit are probably fairly slim, but nevertheless, if you do get hit, then you probably won't know much about it. Welcome to Tyler, and welcome everybody else. Meanwhile, Rabih trying to pick his way through there. Coldest pillow on the stripes, and I'm hoping this will follow in. Now, he could play the 13 and try and come over and bump the one, but he's just played a moving shot there. He's left nothing there for Rabih, and now with that shot, Coldest Pillow's the favourite to open up the gap here. Rabih can call the kick in the 5, but I think the 14's in the way of the line to get to that 5 ball, so this is no good. That 14 ball's in a direct line of where he wanted to play that 5 ball. Now, did he call that into the side? I thought he'd called the kick on it, but maybe I got it wrong. But anyway, it probably won't matter now. In fact, you know, the winds are bad enough, you know, but when you're in those low-lying coastal areas where you're like, you know, you're like 3 feet above sea level, you walk along the road near the shore and you're looking right into the ocean. The storm, the wind is bad enough, but it's a storm surge of like, you know, 10 feet, 13 feet of water coming over the roads and flooding everything that it can get to. It's probably that does more damage. I mean, it's ruining carpets, it's ruining electrics. Well, the electrics are down anyway because the hurricane winds have blown them down. But it's just a nightmare of a place to live. Mind you, it's a subtropical climate, isn't it? It's generally fairly warm all year round, or it's comfortably warm all year round down that way, down Miami way, but there's the price you pay down that part of the world. And you know, I'm glad I don't live anywhere like that. Feel sorry for the folks that, you know, that's where you're born and bred, most of them. And then, of course, a lot of folk down that part of the world, a lot of them are retirees. That's where they go. They're retired, they're spending their savings, getting a nice retirement home, milder weather, better for them in the winter, but living in dread of Hurricane George or whoever else is coming. Tell you something, you must need to have good insurance in that part of the world. Right, anyway, Coldest Pillow has that little comfort zone. 3 racks to 1 on the solids. And needs to get out into the middle of the table here. Now, there's nothing wrong with putting a bit of juice into this if he tried to come up the table and around for that 6 ball. He was trying, I think, to get inside the 6 ball there, but I think he might have been better playing it off the 7 because he had a big margin of error off that 7 trying to draw the ball across. He had a couple of balls into that left side pocket. But Rabih's now under pressure because he's got a table that can be ran out, and that, you know, there's not really any difficulty in terms of balls being in an awkward place. Although he's not got himself good there. He's in sort of no man's land here. He's going to have to cut the 15. Now, this might be better. Now, the question is, he's good on that ball into the side, but the angle's taking him too close towards the 12. He might have to have another go at this, so that's probably why he's taking this 13 ball instead. You want to have a sort of angle like that on the 9 if you could, and that way you can roll the 9 in and go up there and take the 12. And then you can get to the other one. That's no good. That's a disaster. And Coldest Pillow gets an early Christmas present. And Rabih's making one mistake too many. Self-inflicted damage is the biggest culprit. But no sooner have I said that than Coldest Pillow's just getting too careless and sloppy. And you don't want to get lazy because you're making a misjudgment about your opponent, because these games will turn on their head if you start taking liberties and getting sloppy and careless. You've got to play the table regardless of what opinion you've got of your opponent, because you could live to regret it. That's my advice. Do not underestimate. And Rabih needs to punish him here. He's got to hold for this 8 ball and not hook himself. And that's very well done. And I will suggest one thing: justified punishment if this 8 ball goes in. Because Coldest Pillow is just not giving it enough attention. And that's a big 2-rack swing. Coldest Pillow's off to put the bins out. Now, I mean, put it this way, the bin men don't come at this time of night. Why put the bins out now when you could put the bins out after the match is finished? Now, what a numpty move that is. I mean, wrong move by Coldest Pillow going out to put the bins out. Rabih's got that 14 ball that's accessible from the middle of the table. What's he doing here? I think he's just sizing things up for the time being. But as long as he's anywhere in the middle of the table, he can deal with the 14. There isn't a problem. And this, again, is a very runnable table here, as long as he gets this right. Now, he's got to play for a target area here. He's got to get out of there, miss the 7, and come up to about there. Something like that, in that direction, because he'll be on the 14, or he'll be on whatever that ball is there. Oh, he's gone too far. He hasn't checked the cue ball up. See, that's why it's gone way inside. I think that needed a bit of right English to stop it leaking away as far. And now he's almost dead in the water, but he's got the bailout. Now, same thing applies here. He's got to play. He can either get on the 10 or come around if he goes far. Now he's not hit it. Has he got there? Yes, he has got there. I thought it didn't to the legs. Well, this isn't a good idea. But he's going about it his way. And the 11 ball does go. Not the way I would have done it, but, you know, whatever way you choose to do it, you've got to get it done. That's all that matters. Now, that's a big pocket, even if he goes a bit too far right and bumps the 6. You think that 11's bound to go in. Now, here's a shot choice here. You can dig in to nip out. If you get into it too good, you could scratch. But you've got to be brave. But don't overhit it. Well, he stayed well away from the side pocket, and he's got a pretty good angle on this 8 ball. Don't overthink a shot like this. You just sight it up and you see it and you play it. And that's a good response from Rabih. And Coldest Pillow's mistake has cost him 2 racks. It's cost him the lead. And we're back all square. And not only that, Coldest Pillow's come up dry. Don't tell me Rabih's going to empty the bins as well now, has he? Or he could be, I was just going to say, he could be giving Coldest Pillow a wee bit more time to think about what he's done so far. Cue ball. Another disaster from Rabih, letting the cue ball run loose. Uncontrolled pace. So just as he's got himself back into the game all square, he's given Coldest Pillow a free go. Admittedly, he's got issues here with the way these are lying up at the top end of the table. They're not good. So stripes it is. So now we need to look at where the problems lie. Well, there's the obvious problem. And there's another one. And there's the first attempt at trying to improve something. No joy there. Can't see his other stripe. It's blocked by the 4. And that's, well, not a bad safety when you look at it, because Rabih can clearly see the 2. He could try and play that into the corner. he can't see enough of the 3 ball to do anything with it. So he's given Rabih something to think about. Well, Coldest Pillow could immediately clear that pocket by playing the 14 onto the 2 and comboing that 10 ball out the way. But I think his bigger concern is up the top of the table. As long as he leaves the 14 where it is right now, he's sort of biding his time that 10 ball will do its thing for the time being down here in the bottom left. Well, the 1 ball goes. So Rabih's got a start. Well, I think I'd be playing that 3 ball, cutting the 3 and bringing it across. Well, he's cut the 6 instead. He's bumped to 3, which has done him no harm. But there's a time where Rabih's going to have to stop potting balls here and get a bit clever. And now would be the time. Now, there's nothing to stop him dinking the 5 ball and just try to rub and roll behind that 8. Nothing to stop him doing that at all. But if he starts knocking at balls just for the hell of it because he can see them and he wants to pot them, he's going to be doomed to failure doing this. Yeah. So now what do you do? I mean, you get to a point where you just cannot pot another ball. Now, again, he's got to be wary of the fact that that 14 ball combo onto the 2 and onto the 10 isn't a problem. And Coldest Pillow could be out here because Rabih didn't duck when he should have ducked. And Coldest Pillow could have Rabih in trouble here if he plays a little snooker. He's just trying to dink behind this pink 12. And, well, that's what he should be doing. I don't know why he keeps looking around and looking around. I mean, he should be ducking in behind that 12 every day of the week. This is just a little soft spinner to get there. Now, he's at it well. You know, he's going for the kill, but he has to get decent on the 14 to do it. But Rabih's paying the price for the wrong shot choice. Kept potting balls when he could have ducked behind the 8 ball. A little soft, gentle bump off. I think might have been the 5 ball there at the time, just sort of near the middle diamond, and he could have just dinked along by the 8 ball and not left anything on. The only thing he would have left is maybe a shot in the 10 ball just to hit the 10. But Coldest Pillow certainly wasn't potting it. But that 14 ball's been there pretty much all the rack. And as I said right at the start of the rack, that was what was going to happen. Where's the cue ball going though? Oh, it just hangs on. Well, Rabih's lost this rack because he just forgot to stop potting balls. That's his biggest mistake there, and it's the biggest mistake for less experienced players playing this game. You will not be successful in this game. It sounds obvious saying this, you will be successful potting balls because that's the object of the game. But there's times to stop potting them, and Rabih didn't see it. And he walked straight into that problem there. And he's followed it up with a scratch on his next break, trailing by 1 rack. So look at this setup. We've got straight bottom left as we look, straight bottom right as we look, straight over the top right as we look, 9 ball onto the 11 ball, pink ball into the side. And I'm going to say this would be a poor effort by Coldest Pillow if he can't get out here, because this table's wide open. He's just got to nip across for that 13, unless the 13 nips behind the 5. Well, he hasn't come out quite far enough. He hasn't quite come out far enough. It will go. And that's gone too far. And now he's going to have to play a good recovery shot here. As he's thin, cue ball running loose again. And he's ended up getting it too thin. So Rabih, here's your chance to redeem yourself. And this, I think, again, psychologically, this would be a good rack for Rabih to respond with after his wrong choice of shot in the last rack. I think that if he can hold himself together and get out in this rack, and again, it's a table that, you know, as long as you can pop balls and have a rough idea of what you're doing with the cue ball, you should really be getting out. Now he's really got to get down the bottom of the table here ASAP. That would be my advice. Because, and I'll tell you why, he's got bailout balls up table if he doesn't get good on this 4, and he's, again, waiting too long to get there. You know, I'd have been down here straight away trying to go on that 4, knowing that if I don't get it this time, I've got other chances. And he's wasting time potting balls up the table. But he's got to get good, and this is no good as far as getting on the 4's concerned. He's the wrong side, clearly. And what's the angle like in the 6? It's the wrong angle in the 6 as well. Although he could just roll through and leave a maybe slightly testier cut in the 4, but he's got to deal with that 4 ball. There's no, you know, he's got plenty of time, he's got plenty of time, he's got plenty of time. He's had plenty of time to have goes at getting in the 4. And he really may well regret this if he doesn't get good. Now, he could leave a nice angle in the 2, and that's no good. He's sort of bottled out in the shot there. He hasn't executed the shot right at all. And now we're struggling. So that's my criticisms about Rabih. He's just not quite comfortable in executing the shots, possibly because he doesn't really know them, but he's doing it his way, and it might well get him there. He's just looking as if he's lacking that comfort and confidence in executing certain techniques. That's need to get the legs. It's got to get the legs. Well, it ended in failure. But if he took my advice and had a go at getting up at that 4 ball early on, he might not have been in this position. So this is going to be the bank, I would assume. Fairly straightforward bank by the look of it. Oh, welcome to Mooncake. Well, the least said about that effort, the better. Right, well, all you do is just drag this and kill it. A nice firm stun and kill it. That'll do it. And a word of warning to Coldest Pillow that the longer this match goes on where he's not getting away, the more the squeaky bum is knocking on the door. Coldest Pillow, I think, technically is the better player at executing shots. But that doesn't guarantee you're going to win a match, especially in 8-ball. All sorts of disasters can befall each of them. And when certain things start creeping into your mind, that can force more unforced errors. So Rabih's just got to do things his way and try and get most of them right. And if he does that, he'll be hanging on Coldest Pillow's coattails for the rest of the match. We're back all square. Well, Coldest Pillow on the stripes. And now, that 11 ball, I think, is dead set. Why is he not bumping the 9 onto the 11? Why is he not bumping that 9 onto the 6 to play the combo on the 11 there? Because to me, that was like another two-way shot. I mean, there's no way that 11 ball wasn't going to cheat the pocket and go in. I think he could have easily bumped that 9 onto the 6 and played the combo. But maybe I'm a bit over-ambitious, but you've got to see shots. You've got to see opportunities. And then you've got to ask the question, well, what do you do now, Coldest Pillow, now that you're on nothing? And Coldest Pillow's certainly showing his naivety at this game as well. Because again, he's a 9-baller and a snooker player, but he missed a trick early on in the visit where he could have bumped that 9 to the rail, bumped it onto the 6, got the line. He had plenty of time to get the line and get a solid hit and knock that 11 ball in, playing the combo, and he ended up getting himself in a hole by continually potting balls. And of course, Rabih now in the driving seat has buried him into a hole. Now, Rabih's only going to lose this rack by doing something really stupid. Well, what he's got to do is make it difficult for Coldest Pillow to play that 14 ball and force him having to kick the 11. That's what Rabih should be thinking about. Now, he might get into this routine of starting potting balls again. Yeah. And you can see I can see the problem straight away. The problem straight away is getting across here off any of those two balls to play some sort of bump. The problem is it's awkward to get to the 5 ball to do that unless you're cutting it. Now, he can cut it right now, but he might take a lump out the 2 and he might not get there. So Rabih's running out of balls to duck behind now. And I think he's making a mistake again here. But this might hit the 2 if he's trying to break these out. Well, I don't know what that was. But now he's in Stoke. Well, Coldest Pillow can still see his 14 ball. Well, if I'm Coldest Pillow, I don't know that he can. I don't think he can make enough of that 11 ball to play the bank. The 6 ball's in the way. He can't play the bank. Right. Well, to me, you just play the stopper. Punch the 2 up the table, play the stopper. And now Coldest Pillow is either going to have to kick that 14 ball or still play the 11. So that's prevented him getting a direct hit in the 14, which is a good move. But is that 11 bankable? Well, there's a mistake. Is it? Let me have a look. No, it isn't. The 6 doesn't go. I thought that 6 went there for a minute. Well, this could be the shot that wins the rack here. If he pots this 2, gets out far enough to the right on the 7, he can bump the 6 free. That's what he should be playing. I mean, he could still try and bump something off the 5, but he hasn't gone far enough, I don't think, in the 7. Let me have a look. No, he's too straight. So, well, can he roll right through for the 6 up the table? Yes, he can. He's got to play it, but he's slightly the wrong side of the 7, but I don't think it'll be any problem. And that will do it. Now, I think he's just got to make sure he's going forward a wee bit here. He can't bottle out in the 6 ball. He's got to go forward a wee bit. He might get a double kiss off this 11, but he doesn't want to be square on this 5 ball. And he's got the double kiss, and he's perfect. So all you're doing here is just rolling through the rail and out. Don't chicken out hitting it. You've got to get far enough into the table, but not too far. Well, that'll do if it misses it. Well, it's bumped it. Now he's got a tweaky one. See the shot, one good look at it, see the angle and play it. Don't overthink it. And that will do nicely. Well done. So Coldest Pillow lost that battle. Now, did anything go there? I thought I heard something go, and the more I look at the table, the more I think something didn't go. No, something did go. 5 balls gone, and this table is extremely good. I think it's extremely good regardless of what you choose here. I mean, these are perfect. Well, if you've just got yourself in front and you've had a break like this, what an opportunity here to turn the screw. Now this has got to be gentle. And that will do. That's well done. 15 ball goes into the side, no problem. 10 ball down the rail. 2 other stripes out in the open down here. So he's got to remember about finding a way back down here. Now, what's the angle like? Well, it's all about not letting the cue ball run loose too far. And he's got the bailout ball. Now, all you're doing is just dropping that 15 in. staying at the rail there and playing the 10. The 11 ball goes into the side if it needs to. Now, what's he looking at? Now, if he's trying to hold and come back, he could get in trouble here. He's got to play the sensible shot. He's got to roll through unless he gets really good. And I think he's fine. He can definitely get the 11. And he's holding it for the 9. Needs to bounce. Well, this is just a little roll in dead weight. And then you might have to draw off the 8 ball to avoid the scratch. But you don't need to do anything elaborate. And this will really ramp the pressure up on your opponent. Now he's jacking up, doing stuff, and this is doomed to a disaster, but he's got away with it. He should never have done that. Never. Oh, he's dicing with death there. He could have looked a proper numpty doing that. Don't do anything that's liable to get you into trouble. Take that likelihood out of the shot, and that wasn't the way to play it. But he's got there. And Coldest Pillow will be relieved that he's got a ball and at least got an opportunity. And again, first glance at this table, provided you get the order right here, this is not a bad setup either. There's one isolated stripe, and that's the obvious concern. Now, Coldest Pillow can immediately have a go at getting to that 10 ball. He's got to stun across far enough though. Well, I don't know that he was playing to get there, because if he did, he bottled out on it. He's clearly not playing for the 10 ball. And once again, he had an opportunity straight away there to stun that in and stun across. And he never did it. And now he's the wrong side of the 9. And now the cue ball's definitely going to be running, and that 10 ball still sitting up there. So, again, first shot there, or second shot he had, with that shot into the side pocket there, he could have been trying to get down to that 10, never did it. And now he's got himself in a hole. Now these are, I mean, when you see an obvious problem ball, you've got to be proactive. If there's a good chance that you can get there, or get a bump to free it, or whatever it might be, you must be proactive. You can't hang off and think, well, I'm going to be good enough to get there somehow or other, because it generally doesn't happen. So if your patterns are all wrong, you're never going to get there. Well, he's got the bank, but he's also got the hook. And Rabih should be ready to pounce here, because this table, again, crying out to be run out, unless Coldest Pillow can get a rub here. Oh, he can't see the 6. He's got to cut the 5. Or can he? Does he think he can get there in that 6 ball? I'm not convinced he can. Not at the angle he's aiming at the moment. He'd need to go there. He's okay. He's just overhit that a tad. He would have liked a more comfortable shot in the 7. Well, looks as if he's contemplating the 7, but he's going to get it off the 4. Now, you can go forward and you can check this cue ball slightly and come up that left-hand side as we look. And just let the cue ball run out. He's trying to hold it. Is he going to hold it enough, though? Well, it's one of them. And he doesn't like it. He's looking at the 2. But he's going to have to grit his teeth and play the shot. And what was the problem? Well, you can see where this is going to go wrong, can't you? It's staring you in the face. He's got to come with a little bit of check to make sure that he's coming beyond that 10 ball. Doesn't want to bump it, but he doesn't want to leave it short. And that's very well played. Lovely pace. And I think Rabih, as much as I've had criticisms for him, I think he might be settling down a bit here, which is bad news for Coldest Pillow, because Rabih's now jumped away into a 3-rack lead. And I think he's dry. And Coldest Pillow has got his back right against the wall. Well, I don't think there's an odds-on certainty in any match in this tournament. If you are the underdog, but you do more things right than you do wrong, while your opponent's doing things wrong that they shouldn't be doing, you're always in with a shout. And that's a bit like the way this match has gone. Both of them are at fault for not knowing when to stop potting balls and get control of the table and keep control of the table. Both of them are at fault for that. So it sort of evens itself out in that way of describing it. But overall, Rabih's found a level and a wee comfort zone now, and it's probably as it gets closer to the finish line, it's about whether the nerve's going to hold out. And when he sees Coldest Pillow having a blast and missing by a country mile, that'll help him relax a wee bit more. However, with Rabih being on the stripes, no joy here. And he's right over the top of one of his balls with nothing really comfortable to play. Well, that was just cutting loose. He got the pot. Now, he could easily just clip his ball up top right there and knock that 5 in and settle for that for the time being. Let me have a look. Could he play? Let me see. Could he play that ball? Well, he would leave the 3 ball on. So he would. And now, well, this sort of calls Coldest Pillow's bluff here. He's reluctant to play the 5 ball. So Coldest Pillow's in a sort of defensive position at the moment. Well, he's got on the 7. And the 6 ball is there, so he's got to be fully committed if he's going to try and run this table. Well, he's had 2 bumps there, and he's still got a shot in the 6. Now I think he can nip out the back of this couple of balls, or is he trying to come directly? No, he is trying to nip down, but he's not really getting into the cue ball. He can still cut the 7, but it will need to be dead weight. Pressure's on. And he's got another pressure shot as well. With just one good little delicate cut, and he'll be on the 8 as long as he gives it legs to get on the 8. And he's stuck to the rail. Still not a gimme, this 8 ball. But well done in the end. So Coldest Pillow gets back to within 2. And he's got a ball. Well, I think that Stripes look favourite to me, although I don't think... Well, I mean, he can play the 14 down the rail. And if he plays the 4... Now, here's an opportunity straight away. If you're going to take the Stripes, there's an opportunity straight away there to play the 15 and get out over there somewhere, and might, you know, you might get on that. But he's got a chance now, admittedly. Needs to bump the 3, though, and that'll do. But he did have a chance to have one go, guaranteed that he'd a bailout ball there if he didn't get on that 15, but he's got on it his way. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. Not the 15, the bloody 12 up top I'm talking about. Now this could reverse the pressure here for Coldest Pillow. If he can run out and get back to within 1, and then all of a sudden Rabih is breaking to try and maintain a lead and get to the hill. And that then adds a different kind of pressure on Rabih. Well done. He's held his nerve. And now, this is now the test for Rabih. Still in the lead. On his break. Oh, the cue ball almost went. He's got 2 or 3 balls though. Now, that's 7 and 4. If you were out in the table, is an easily made combo if it was solids. If you're going to play the solids and play the 5, you've got to run through, and you've nothing you can bail out on up there apart from the 6. Well, I'm not sure what he was doing holding the cue ball here. That is a tight squeeze, but it will go. Why is he jacking up? No, that wasn't the shot. That was not the shot, Rabih. You had to just let that roll up. I mean, the worst that could happen is you were going to have a cut in the 6. You had to give that every chance, but jacking up and stunning it like that was no good. Sometimes some players just look that they jack up and just play the shot to try and get it over with, rather than giving themselves every chance for the ball to go in. You know, it just needed a dead weight roll up the rail to cheat that that ball and the pocket. Well, this is what Coldest Pillow wanted. He wants an opportunity. We know that that's a pretty dead set combo. but I think Coldest Pillow has gone too far. Oh, tell a lie, he's in the strikes. What am I talking about? My bad, it's that time of night. It's 20 to 9, the brain's gone. Forgot what balls he was on. Well, he's got to get out of there clean. And he has done. So now it's game on, and it's a different game now. But Rabih, that first shot you had down the rail, that was the wrong way to go about it. So we're now 7 apiece, the 8 ball's gone. And I think that 15 ball sitting on the head spot there, more or less, is it? Yeah, it's a re-rack. So Coldest Pillow breaks again. And this time the cue ball's gone. That's another disaster, just at the wrong time. Well, this is, the pressure's really on now for Rabih. Because he's got a table that is not really too bad. It's just the initial first choice here. He's going to have to break from the kitchen. Any scratch in the break, remember, is ball in hand in the kitchen. It's not ball in hand in the table. But this is really testing Rabih's nerves. And you've just got to blank stuff out and play the table for what it is, the way the balls are sitting. That's all you do. And it's been able to do that, not worrying about who's watching you. Well, now he's got to nip out the back of this 13 ball. So not too hard. So he's looking and looking and looking and looking. That always worries me. Let me have a look at what he's worried about. There's nothing to be worried about. He just needs to thin cut that 5 and bump the 13 if he is. He'll be on the 3. He's overthinking things, I think. That 5 cuts every day of the week. Well, he's doing it his way. Fair play to him. Well, got to be 4 ball into the side. He's just coming round having a look. What angle's he got in the 3 though? That's the thing. The 3 ball's fine. He just needs to dink this. And likewise with the 4, he just needs to dink that as well, or a little stunt if he's comfortable. In fact, he's got the 2 balls up there. I thought that was a 9 again that's up there. He's got the 2 balls, so he just needs to roll it in. And this one, well, it's easy going forward and coming out. You can dig in as well. Watch how much you dig in though. And he's fine to get on the 8 ball. Just a little dink and a bump off the rail, and he's in behind the 8. And he's going the other way. Unnecessary cue ball movement, I call that. But he's got on it. And suddenly, from the pressure being on Rabih, he's delivered. And now he's breaking for the match. Oh, the cue ball tried to go, but it's just been there to glance the 5 into the hole. Well, you can spot the issues here. It's a bit busy, and we've obviously got a solid and a strike together top left. Now you can play the combo I think if he's got enough room, he can play it. It looks a bit tight, even that. Does that 11 back, the 3-ball bank? Well, it does bank. He's not going to be playing that for the time being. What did I say? Oh, my bad, I forgot it's to 11. That's more proof that my brain's shut down. I forgot this is a winner. This is a round 3 match. So it is. I was used to looking at that result from earlier on tonight, and I was just thinking this was a one-loss side. Yeah, not quite on the hill yet. Panic over. Oh, I don't think much of that shot. Far too much weight in the cue ball. And he's getting to a rail. Oh, just and no more. So, well, the priority for Coldest Pillow here is clear. He's got that 14 ball. I think it's a 14 or the 10. It's a 10. And he's got a combo that he has to make. The likelihood of him doing it off the 13 is not good because the 2 ball's sort of in the way. Is he looking at doing anything like that now or what? What's he doing here? Oh, it's Rabih at the table. I've totally gone. I have totally gone. I'm too busy studying balls and not looking at what's happening in the HUD. This is always... It's always the worst time for me this time of night. Even in my week off, the body clock is shut down. I want to get to bed. The brain's gone. Nothing computes. I need to be guided by those in the stream. And I also need to have a bit of understanding, Grandpa, by the way. It's past your bedtime as well, don't forget. Clive. In fact, any more ranting, I'm going to let you hear my rap again. Yeah, now's the time to duck. That's the time to duck. Because Rabih is going to probably have a kick one way or another. And he might do Coldest Pillow a favour here. Now, if this was me, I would just play a deliberate foul. Well, that's not worked out because now the combo can be played. What's he doing? Is he playing this clean and going forward? Oh, I'll tell you what. He's really got lucky there because that could have been married on the inside to that 3-ball. I thought he was going to play the combo. He rode his luck there. But, well, again, if you're drawing the ball and bumping balls, you just don't know where they're going to end up. Taking liberties here a wee bit. But we are going to be all square again. Who's taking bets on this going all the way? So we're into rack number 17. Coldest Pillow's break has given him a ball. And I would suggest it might be stripes, although there lies the problem there. If that ball's going to stick there, then Coldest Pillow's got a wee bit of head scratching to do. If he takes the 11, that opens up the path for that. If he somehow gets down in the 12, he can play that up the table. But you know, if this is me playing this table, my immediate concern is that ball there if I'm going for stripes. That's my immediate concern. How do I deal with that ball? Do I cut the 13 and try and nip across right now and have a go at it? You see, to me, there wasn't any problem with giving that a smack and stunning across for a bump. You'd be unlucky not to still be in 11. See, I still think he's missed a trick there. I don't know what was wrong with having a cut and getting a bump and knowing you'd be very unlucky not to be on the 11 if this didn't turn out right. This is going to haunt him now, this ball. Well, now he's got an angle. Now he's got an angle. He's got to play for it. Problem is, if he doesn't get anywhere good on it, look where his other ball is. It's down here. But now, of course, with the table being cleared, he's got the cut. He's got to go forward here because he's taking some of the 2 and he's got to spin off the 2. He's got that ball in the middle of the table as well, I forgot about. He's got to go forward with spin and hope he comes out good here. And he's came out good. Now, can he dead weight this? Can he just dead weight this? The cue ball might finish a bit there. If he just dead weights it. Let's have a look at the angle he's got. Yeah, you can dead weight that and check it. Just dead weight it and check it to the rail. And you'll finish at worst sort of there. Sort of like that, maybe, or maybe there. Well, he's running the cue ball and hoping he gets lucky, and he ain't. It's about taking your medicine. I would have just dead weighted that. At least I would have had a shot. It might not have been easy, but he's trying to play this through that gap. This will be some shot. This will be shot of the night if this goes in. No, there's nowhere near it. Well, oh no, well it's not killed the 8 ball, that bump. But it's another stress test here for Rabih. Now, why is he playing this? Why is he not just playing the 4 and ducking behind the 8 and the 3? Well, he's played the combo. And he's committed now. Okay, he can't see the 2, I don't think, but he's got the 3 ball. He can get to the 4. He can play Does he really want to play the 1-2 combo? Because this one ball could finish in a short rail in the bottom. Now, why is he doing that? That's another concern. Why didn't he take the 4? All he had to do was roll through for the 4. There's no way he wasn't going to get another ball after potting the 4. That could be a mistake. Oh dear. And there's another mistake. You see, he's gone about that wrong there. He should have took the 3, just went through for the 4, and he was home and dry virtually. Because you don't want to be trying to get up for that 4 and then trying to get to the 8. I mean, that's just not the way to go about it. Well, this, where did he call this? Into this corner? This is tight. Yeah, and Rabih's now got a problem. Well, he's got to duck. He's got to duck. He's got to just play the 1 ball and just leave the cue ball there and force Coldest Pillow into kicking. That's the shot. Oh, he hasn't got a rail, I don't think, did he? Oh, he did. The cue ball got to the rail. I need to have a drink. Well, that wasn't so clever. It's given Coldest Pillow a kick here. And there's good odds on this ball going in. If he can get the line somewhere before that first diamond in the left. Just about there. That looks good. But it's gone to the rail too soon. But again, he's come out good. So Rabih has got to just run for cover here. Well, you know, it could lead the danger if he plays safe off that 4 ball. He's leaving a cross double in this 14. He's got to cover that 14 ball. And he's going that side of it, and that's the shot. He saw that, because if he'd left that cue ball up there playing the 4, he left a cross double on the 14, and he's prevented that. Oh, good evening to bed, Ed. Well, you're coming to the nitty-gritty of the match. This is a round 3 match. As I stand corrected, I was thinking it was a 1-loss side match for like half an hour. Well, Coldest Pillow has gone about that the wrong way, because why now again, Rabih, why aren't you playing the 4 ball, the 7 ball into the side and going for the kill? He's now he's just playing one safety shot too many here. I mean, he could have been on the 7 ball into the side there with ball in hand, I think. Maybe not. Maybe he did do the right thing. That is very tight. Maybe I'll give him that. I think he did the right thing there looking at it, because I thought there was a gap, but it was tight. Well, ball in hand, now he might be forced into trying to make this. Well, if he pushes the 14 to the rail, he's going to leave the kick again. And what's more, he hasn't got the cue ball tight enough. And that's bad. Big shot though, but that 14's off the rail. If it was flush to the rail, it'd be better odds than this going in. If he goes too far inside, the 14's not going. If it goes like that, it's not going. And Rabih, well, the cue ball wants to go away to the right side of the 8 ball here. So he's got to watch the pace. Is he going to run this and hope he gets good, or is he going to just try and nurse it? Yeah, he's trying to nurse it and hold it and hold it and hold it. Well, he's still got a shot. Big pressure shot. Well, every shot's for pressure shot now. Now he's looking at the angle. Watch the cue ball, though. I think if he just plays this plain ball, he's fine. And he held his nerve. And again, he won the battle of the mines. And back to 9-8 in front. And a ball in the break. Another ball in the break and a strike and a solid married up. So, immediate problem. So again, how do you deal with that 5 ball? Well, if you're going to go for solids, you've got to commit straight away off the 6. That's the shot. You play the 6, you get the bump. He's got the bump. He's got a bailout in the 1. He's got a dodgy cut in the 2. That 1 ball is too tight for comfort. I think he's got to go for the 2. But he's looks as if he's committed to the 1. He's got to use all of that pocket on the right side. Oh, that's very well done. Very good shot. And he's got the 7 up there. Now again, the 7 brings the cue ball into the table, and he can take the 4. He can then take the 5. He can then roll the 2 into the side. As long as he rolls through far enough in the 5. Why is he taking the 5 now? Why is he not taking the 7? Maybe he's just getting his bearings and plotting his way out now. If he's doing that, that's a good sign. I think that's what he was doing. So 7 ball up into the table. He needs to go, it needs to open out that angle. Now, he might have to just get into the gap here for this 5 ball, in between the 8 and whatever the hell that is, the 9 ball, is it? Or is he looking at taking at the 5 now? No, he can't get to it. Now, has he held enough room? Yes, he has. Now, got to go through far enough for the 2. You can't kill the cue ball. You got to roll through. And that will do. Now, I think he's fine that he might graze the 10 ball, but he doesn't want to finish on top of the 10 ball. What's happened? Has he fallen asleep? Or has he lost? Oh no, he's still alive. Need to watch that shot clock. He's got 1 extension left. Now, 8 ball doesn't go past the 15. 8 ball doesn't go into the right side as we look here. So now, got to avoid the draw into the 10 ball and get up table. Or stun across for that 8 ball into the other corner pocket. But that's a bit dangerous if you get into it too much, I think. Yeah. I think the order of the day is to play into the open country here. You're bound to have a shot in the 8 ball somewhere. That looks good if it misses it. Oh, well, if it keeps going. He's got the bump. And he's got plenty of room past the 15. This to get to the hill. . And in it goes. And now, Coldest Pillow, fighting for survival. Oh, he's got a ball. And again, he's got a table that is very good. Solids look good to me. Yeah, I think looking first glance, I would like the solids. You've got solids both end of the table though, and the other concern is that almost gone wrong. The other concern is that 8 ball. It isn't frozen. Now, of course, Coldest Pillow is a no miss situation, no mistakes. These 2 stripes down in this bottom rail as we look, there's no problem with them. As long as you take that 14 ball first. And the 11 ball being there, that's handy to get down onto that 14 ball. 9 ball as well would let you get there. But Coldest Pillow's trying to prevent Rabih getting any opportunity like that. Well, got to get on that 2 next. I think he would have liked to have been on the 2 right now, but he's got to get on it now off this 4 and get out of there for the 3. Loads of room to come into the gap. Now this is tricky. I don't care what anybody says. This is tricky with a ball stuck in the pocket. Because anything can happen. And this is another big tester. It's one of them again. Got to think about the cue ball. It might be taking a lump of that 15 in the process. Well, nothing went right there. Overcut the 3. Cue ball bumped to 15. Had no shot in the 8. And Rabih, well, he's not exactly got an easy starter. But again, he's doing the right thing. How tough is this? He's got Coldest Pillow, Chinese snookered over the 13 ball. Barely an edge of the 3 showing. And this is awkward. And of course now, having not hit a rail, it's a chance to win the match for Rabih. Well, there's been obvious shot choice errors by these 2 guys. They've made their fair share of wrong moves and they've missed opportunities to, deal with problems. But early on, Coldest Pillow was just a wee bit sloppy in his approach. I don't know whether he was... he'd seen Rabih made a mistake. Maybe he misjudged Rabih and was a wee bit casual. And, Rabih's hung in there, had the lead. Coldest Pillow battled his way back into it. But over the piece, Rabih's held his game together as he is at the moment to win this match. Now, we know the 8 ball isn't nailed to the rail, but he's still got to get good on that 8 ball. You do not want to play that 8 ball from the top end down into this corner here as we look. You want to be playing it up into the top corner. You don't want to go past that side pocket if you can help it. So he must be aware of that. Now he's got himself sort of in between here. Right, you can't get to the 15, but you've got to get out far enough for this 15. You've got to thump this. He hasn't got there. Well, now he's in trouble. He's going to have to dig out a shot here. And it's more than likely that it's going to be a dodgy cut in that 8-ball. And he's got to watch the scratch if he starts letting this cue ball run loose to come down here. Oh, he spun it. And rattled it. And Coldest pillow, well, he's got nothing easy, let's put it that way. This is bad enough where the 3-ball's sitting. He's got to, well, I was going to say he's got to play it past that 15. Look at how tight it is. There's half a pocket there. And that would bring him and give him a chance on the 8-ball. Is he trying to bump the 15 with the cue ball if he cuts it into the other pocket? Anything could happen. Well, he is going for it. And I think if he just gets this sort of pocket weight, but he has the running in the cue ball, he could get lucky here. What's he doing? He's going back to going the other way again. Now, what's he doing? He's calling the bank. Well, he can't overhit this. He's trying to stay in the 8-ball, remember. And the cue ball's gone. Well, Rabih, you'll never get a better chance than this to get the job done. But remember what I said about that 8-ball past the side pocket. That's what he's going to end up doing. Beware of the side pocket knuckles. This could be a nightmare. If he goes too soon to that rail, flushing it, he'll catch the point. So this for the match. And he's got it flush. And that's well done by Rabih. An 11-8 winner against Coldest Pillow. And, you know, he didn't go about it the way I would have went about it, and probably some other guys would have went a different way from the way I would have went about it, but he won. And that's what matters. And yes, he didn't make the best shot choices all the time, but he did enough to win. And that's a very good win for Rabih. So it is. And it is difficult to win in this 8-ball tournament, and there's nothing guaranteed for anybody with what's left in the tournament. So a good result for Rabih, very well done. And Coldest Pillow realises how difficult 8-ball is compared to 9-ball. It's a completely different, this bloody bracket is bugging my head. It's a completely different way of playing. So it is. Right. So if we go down the one-loss side, we see that Rosin had a win earlier on against Viking. That's what confused me with the one-loss side, thinking that that match was a one-loss side. Rosin now plays Defty 2. If that match goes ahead, Rosin will be strong favourite because Defty got laced up by Cobra, 11 racks to 0. And Coldest Pillow is now lying in wait for, well, Spectre Dawn's going to be the favourite against Balls, so Coldest Pillow's got a different level of game, possibly if Spectre Dawn comes through that match, but not having seen Balls play, I haven't a clue what will happen in it. We've got Larry sitting there, still waiting on the loser of the Hazard Albinario match. We've got Bedhead waiting to find out the winner of that, but it looks very possible that the Swedes could be going at it head-to-head. Benny and Bjorn, that's what we'll call them for that match. We've got Cobra now up against Rabih in that next round, and I would think that Cobra will be too strong for Rabih in that match, as much as Rabih's had a good result there to get this far, but I think maybe his time in the winner's side will be over in that match against Cobra. I think Cobra will be too strong. So if we look at the bracket, the schedule, we'll see that Spectre Dawn plays Balls on Thursday. There's an hour between these matches. You've got that one starting at 7 o'clock British Summer Time, and you've got Abanario and Hazard at 8 p.m. and they're going at it. So that's a one-loss side match and a winners match on the same night. There might be other matches appear, I don't know, but we just have to keep an eye on that. So once again, well done to Rabih. I think he's gone home. I think he's had enough for the night. It's probably, if he is in Lebanon, if he's not getting bombed on or whatever, then it's probably, 2-3 hours in front of us. So he's gone home for the night, as has Coldest Pillow. So I hope you enjoyed it. It was a tough battle, but Rabih held his nerve and got the job done. But he'll need a lot of luck in the next match, though. Right, so that's it, folks. I will bid you good night. I'm off for a coffee and watch something on iPlayer, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but we'll see. So take care and see you later, folks.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
He's a tactical
That's my
genius,
rap music I'm letting you hear.
VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. I'm on top, number you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly.
That's enough of that.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.